Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and I'm gonna be doing a versus comparison between the Way of Wade 808-3 and the Way of Wade 808-3 Ultra. So a lot of you guys actually asked me, especially on DM on Instagram and also on TikTok, like what's better, you know what I mean? So because the 808-3 and the 808-3 Ultra, they're both amazing performers and they both feel like old school Kobes, like the Kobe 8, Kobe 9, Kobe 11, especially with the drop in midsoles, right? But the 808-3 is actually $40 cheaper. The 808-3 is 120 bucks, and then obviously plus 40 bucks you get the Ultra for 160 bucks. So what are the differences? Is it worth the extra kind of 40 bucks? I'll try to explain all of that in this video. Again, if you guys do want to cop either of these shoes, I try to leave them link in the description box. Also the 808-2, 808-2 Ultra and the 808-2 V2, they're all on sale, which is pretty damn nice because the 808-2 is a very nice performer as well. But anyways, again, links will be in the description box. Let's get started right off with the Tracciones, and they're both freaking amazing, guys. They both have top tier tractions, and they both perform very well and very similarly for me in my personal experience, right? So if you're playing on a clean court, you're gonna be good to go. You have amazing stops, top tier stops. It has very loud high pitched squeak as well, which I do like too. So yeah, if you're playing on a clean court, they're both amazing. Also for dust, they perform very well on dust. They do pick up a little bit of dust, however, a little bit of dust, but it's a very easy wipe for both of the shoes, right? And you're good to go. So if you don't mind wiping, and it's not like the shoes picked up dust very quickly, you know, still didn't pick up dust that quickly. It's still a very easy wipe, so that's fine. And also for durability, they're both very good. And you know, I mean, it's Way of Wade, Chinese company. They usually make their outsoles very durable for outdoor use because Chinese people, I heard most of them play on outdoor court, right? So I would say, however, the 808-3, the regular 808-3 seems a little bit more durable because, I mean, this part, the rubber is a little bit softer, but I guess there is more surface area. But like here in the forefoot, this is a very like thick kind of pattern, you know what I mean? Like the grooves. So the 808-3, like the regular one, seems like it'll be a little bit more durable, but they're both probably gonna be very good on the outdoor court. So there is a traction there. They're both amazing, right? Now moving on to the heel to toe transition, also pretty much the exact same because they have drop in midsoles. They are a little bit clunky here in the heel because there's no actual midsole. It's just plastic in both of the shoes, right? Plastic, so clunky, right? But it's not a huge deal because they have a pretty nice curve shape, right? And then here in the forefoot, we have a very nice curve shape as well, and a lot of forefoot flex. Like, it's crazy how flexible it is. I literally just do it with one finger for both of the shoes, right? So pretty much the exact same feel for heel to toe transition. They're both very smooth. It's just that they're a little bit clunky here in the heel, right? Now moving on to the cushioning setup. So that's where it starts to differ a little bit, right? So here in the regular 808-3, we have a cloud foam drop-in midsole with a bottom-loaded forefoot boom pod, I guess, and a midfoot shank plate that's bottom-loaded as well. And so it has a nice texture to it, so it grabs your sock, it grabs your foot, and also we have a raised sidewall just like in the Ultras, right? So the Ultras, however, we have a full-length boom drop-in midsole, which is very nice. However, there's a few differences, right? So for step-in comfort, obviously the boom is a little bit better. It's a little bit softer, because boom is very soft, right? Cloud is still soft, but it's a little bit stiffer, you know what I mean? So if you want that step-in comfort, then obviously the boom is the better option. However, if you're doing hard impacts, then the cloud is going to be better because boom is super soft, right? So like just regular impacts, like you're just kind of jumping around, it's fine, right? But if you're doing hard impacts, hard heel strikes, hard kind of like I guess forefoot strikes as well, especially when you're landing, it hurts your feet a little bit more because boom is softer. And also like court feel is very similar. They're both very low to the ground, and because of how low to the ground and thin the foam is, your foot will bottom out the boom cushion a little bit easier, and then it'll hit the floor a little bit and it'll hurt your feet a little bit more than the cloud. I mean, it's still the cloud isn't the best for hard impacts, but it hurts a little bit more here in the Ultras. So there is a little bit of a difference there. And also on the bottom of the boom drop in midsole, there is kind of like a plate, like a forefoot / midfoot plate as well. But yeah, for me personally, I would pick the cloud. because it's better for impact and it's still soft for step and comfort. And it's not like it's bad or anything. It's just the boom is a little bit softer, but it's still soft here in the Cloud, right? So I would say the 808-3 for me personally is a little bit better. I think the only reason or the only way that I would like the Ultra better is if the foam was a little bit thicker, right? If the impact protection was a little bit better, then obviously, I don't know why they make it so thin though. It's because it's so low to the ground already. They could make it a little bit thicker and make the cushion a little bit better, you know, in my personal opinion. But anyways, there's the cushioning setup there. Moving on to the materials, they're both very, very similar. They're both very, very thin materials. Look at that. Very, very thin. It's just the Ultra has a little bit more fuse. It's a very, very thin layer of fuse on top of this mesh material. In the 808-3, the regular one is just this textile, right? So I guess the Ultra will be a little bit more durable, it feels like, but they both don't feel like it'll be very durable because they're both just super duper thin. You know what I mean? But they feel very similar on foot, right? Very minimal, very thin, conforms to your foot very well. So yeah, and this in the midfoot stays extremely thin. They both have mesh for the tongues, like on the bottom of the tongue as well for better ventilation, but they both have extremely good ventilation, like really, really cool shoes. And then for the tongue, they both have the same amount of padding as well. It's just the 808-3, the regular 808-3 has an independent tongue, and then the 808-3 Ultra has kind of like a half booty construction tongue, which I think is a little bit better. Like the tongue kind of folds in on itself a little bit, which I don't like. And also the half booty construction tongue here in the Ultra gives you a little bit better fit, you know? And then here in the ankle area, I would say it's around the same. Maybe the Ultra has a little bit more padding. Nah, they're both around the same. So yeah, the upper, they both feel extremely similar. I guess if you're nitpicking and you want the overall better quality, then I guess you have a little bit of carbon fiber for premium materials. But as far as the feel goes, they're both extremely similar in feel for the upper. And now moving on to the fit. So I went up half a size for both of these shoes and they both fit me pretty well. It's just there is a little bit of length, however, but it's just like really snug here in the toe box. So I didn't really mind the extra length. You know what I mean? I feel like if I went true to size, it still would have been really good and really snug. It's just, it's still a really snug fit here in the toe box. So I didn't mind going up half a size. So if you want a really snug fit, then I guess go true to size. But if you don't mind like the little bit of extra length that you'll get if you go up half a size, but you still don't mind like the really tight toe box, then go up half a size, right? Also, as far as the width goes, they're both like slightly narrow. So there is the fit there, pretty similar in fit too. And as far as the sport and lockdown goes, they're both very nice, right? So a lateral containment, I mean, we do have a lot of lateral counters, right? We have this plastic coming out, a lot of plastic, and also, of course, both of these shoes have the drop-in midsole with the raised sidewall, which of course is really good for lateral containment. The same thing here in the 808-3 Ultra. We have all this plastic coming out. We have this plastic with the carbon fiber. I don't know why this was necessary. You don't really need this at all. But yeah, lateral containment. Even if you're a really big dude doing super shifty lateral moves and stuff like that, you're gonna be good to go in both of the shoes. And also, they're both very wide. They both have very sharp outriggers, right? So we have a very stable, very wide base in both of the shoes. So lateral stability in both of them is very good. So support and lockdown, very good in both of the shoes, right? And now moving on to the weight, I mean, I feel like the 808-3, the regular 808-3 is gonna be lighter, right? So 13.05 ounces, and then the Ultra is 13.35 ounces. So yeah, I guess it is a little bit lighter, but not by much, right? But they both feel like pretty much the exact same on foot, like very similar. You know what I mean? The upper is super similar, the cushion even is super similar, and the traction is very similar. The overall feel of the shoe, right, with the clunky heel and the super flexible forefoot, very similar as well. It's just the only, like the biggest difference I would say is the cushion. You know what I mean? Like better step and comfort for the 808-3 Ultra. It's just not the best for impact protection, like hard impacts, right? So there is the weight there. Moving on to the aesthetics, what do you guys think looks better actually? Honestly, I feel like I like the regular 808-3 a little bit better, right? This carbon fiber, I like how it looks. I love how the Ultra looks, but I think the regular version looks a little bit better to me in my personal opinion. So tell us what you guys think looks better down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yeah, so that's pretty much the big difference. You're $40 and you pretty much get a different drop-in midsole, you know what I mean? I guess like little bit better quality materials, right, with the carbon fiber and stuff like that, but it's not really super functional. It doesn't really change the function or performance of the actual shoe. I mean, like if it was a full-length carbon fiber plate like in the Wild 10s, obviously that would make a little bit more of a difference. It'll be a little bit more springy, you know what I mean? But yeah, the biggest difference is the cushion, right? Traction's the same, uppers a very similar feel, support's great, fits pretty much the exact same. So like I said, I do like the Cloud Foam because it's better for impact protection, but also still has pretty good stepping comfort. So because of that, I would suggest getting the 808-3. And also $40 is that's a lot of money. So if you do want to save that extra money, then also go with the 808-3. Obviously, like I said, if you really like Boom and you want the extra, like I guess, step and comfort from the actual Boom drop-in midsole, then go with the Ultras. But I guess if you don't do like crazy hard landings, then you should be better here in the Ultras, right? Still watch out for hard impacts though with the 808-3. Like the regular version, it's a little bit better than the Ultras, right? But anyways, that about concludes my versus video between the 808-3 and the 808-3 Ultra. Hope this video helped you guys out. And again, if you guys do want to cop either of these shoes and also the 808-2, I'll try to leave in the link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.